In our last video, we understood the concept of time in Jyotisha Shastra, the three most important cosmic cycles that are the basis of time measurement, and some of the minutest and largest units of time that exist in Sanskrit language. In today's video, let us learn more about one of those units of time, which is Masaha or a month. We'll look at the multiple names of these 12 months in different regional calendars of Bharat and why they are named the way they are. In this process, we'll also understand the concept of Sankranti or Sankramanam and clear some of the confusions regarding the lunar Chandramana and solar Sauramana naming conventions. The period of a Masaha or a month in Jyotisha Shastra is calculated based on both the moon's revolution around the earth and earth's revolution around the sun. This time period is not set arbitrarily as 30 days or 31 days or 28 days or 29 days. It's an exact calculation of these two cycles that naturally occur in existence. Imagine that you're standing on earth and are observing these two cycles. It appears as if the sun and the moon are moving against a background of extremely faraway stars. In today's astronomical terms, this background of stars is called as the celestial sphere. 27 major star clusters called as nakshatras are identified in the celestial sphere, which provide us with a reference to mark the locations of the sun and the moon along it. This is of course spread all around the earth, but for easier representation, let us think of it as a horizontal band. The movement in each of these 27 star regions is divided into 4 padas each, dividing the celestial sphere itself into 108 segments. These 108 segments are grouped into 12 rashis or constellations based on the shapes they resemble. There is a deeper significance behind the names of each of these nakshatras and rashis and the stories associated with each of them. But for this video, let us focus on how they are used in the naming of months. For someone looking up from earth, with each passing day, the position of both the sun and the moon relative to this background of nakshatras and rashis keeps changing. As we can see, the background of stars against which the sun is placed during the day is opposite to the one on which one can see the moon during the night. Those cultures which name months on the basis of stars and constellations on the sun's side are said to follow Sauramana, or measurements based on the sun's movement, and those cultures which name months based on the stars and constellations on the moon's side are said to follow Chandramana, or measurements based on the movement of the moon. These movements of the celestial objects along the celestial sphere from one segment to the next segment is what is called as Sankranti or Sankramanam, which literally means a crossing. With this understanding in mind, let us now look at the names of all the 12 months in both Sauramana and Chandramana systems. When the sun appears against the background of Meena Rashi, the corresponding month is called as Meena Masaha in the Sauramana system. This is the time period where the other half of the celestial sphere, corresponding to the moon, has Chitra Nakshatram shining prominently, and therefore in Chandramana system, this month is named as Chaitra Masaha. When the sun moves into the background of Mesha Rashihi, which is called as Mesha Sankramanam, the Sauramana month is Mesha Masaha, and on the other half, because of the Vishakha Nakshatram shining prominently, the Chandramana month is Vaishakha Masaha. In the same way, Vrishabha Sankramanam of the sun brings Vrishabha Masaha in the Sauramana system, which corresponds to Jyeshtha Masaha because of Jyeshtha Nakshatram in the Chandramana calendar. By now, you might have realized that the months in the Sauramana calendar are just named after the Rashi into which the sun moves, and in Chandramana, they are named after the Nakshatram which is prominently seen along with the moon. So the next set of 9 months in Sauramana and Chandramana systems are Mithuna Masaha because of Mithuna Rashihi, which corresponds to Ashadha Masaha because of Purvashadha Nakshatram, Karkataka Masaha because of Karkataka Rashihi, which corresponds to Shravana Masaha because of Shravana Nakshatram, Simha Masaha because of Simha Rashihi, which corresponds to Bhadrapada Masaha because of Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatram, Kanya Masaha because of Kanya Rashihi, which corresponds to Ashvina Masaha because of Ashvini Nakshatram, Tula Masaha because of Tula Rashihi, which corresponds to Kartika Masaha because of Kritika Nakshatram, Vrishchika Masaha because of Vrishchika Rashihi, which corresponds to Margashirsha Masaha because of Mrigashiras Nakshatram, Dhanur Masaha because of Dhanur Rashihi, which corresponds to Pausha Masaha because of the Pushya Nakshatram, Makara Masaha because of Makara Rashihi, which corresponds to Magha Masaha because of the Magha Nakshatram, and finally Kumbha Masaha because of Kumbha Rashihi, which corresponds to Phalguna Masaha because of Purva Phalguni Nakshatram. Now, this table makes it seem like there is a one-to-one correlation between the sun's movement into each Rashi and the moon's movement into each Nakshatram. This, however, is not the case because of a slight mismatch in the time duration between both these events. This mismatch leads to some very interesting occurrences, one of which is the Adhika Masaha or 13th month. We'll explore the science behind Adhika Masaha and why it has given such importance in our next video. I hope that this video gave you further insight into the concepts of Jyotisha Shastra and cleared some confusions. Share this across with those whom you think might benefit from this. If you wish to support the production of more videos like these, consider becoming a sponsor on Patreon or make a one-time contribution all through the links in the description below. Also, consider clicking on the subscribe button and the bell icon beside it so that you're immediately notified of our latest updates. See you in the next video. Namaskaram.